Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Your Analyst. This is going to be the third episode in the series Excel to SQL. Today, we are going to learn about where clause and apply our learning to different problem statements. Solving these problems will not only instill our knowledge on these concepts, but it will also build a base for us to tackle several interview questions for roles such as data analyst, junior data scientist, business analyst, and so on. So let's get to the agenda first. First, we will learn how to filter in SQL by using where clause, where we'll be filtering data for character data types, and we'll be using an operator called like. Next, we'll be learning filtering for integer data types by using operators such as and, or, etc. At the end, there is going to be a bonus section where we'll be introducing one of the aggregate functions and try to solve a problem. Basically, for the aggregate functions, I'll be having a separate video in detail, but this is going to be just a teaser on the future upcoming videos. Okay, so let's get started. So, this is the data set that we will be working on today. We have the performance data for all Indian cricket captains. This is the same data set we worked in the previous episode. And here we have the name of all the cricket captains, the matches they played, the number of matches they won, lost, tied, no result, and winning percentage. So this data we have already transferred this data to our database, which I'll be showing just now. Actually, it is available here in the table called captains. And with this, we will try to solve three important questions. First, find all the data that is available for Saurav Ganguly. Second, find all the players who played more than 50 matches. And third, find all the players who played more than 50 matches and won more than 50% of their matches. So to do that, first let's see how we can do this on Excel itself. Let's go to Excel. The first one was to find out all the data sets for Saurav Ganguly. It is pretty simple in Excel. We can just go to filter, and here we can select the name of the player, name of the data that we want. We want Saurav Ganguly. We can select this, and that's it. This is quite simple. We can easily get the data for Saurav Ganguly. Now, if we want to solve the second question, which is the number of players who won more than 50 matches, what we need to do is to just go here, select this condition that the numbers should be greater than 50. And by doing this, we can easily get all the players who won more than 50 matches. The third question was to actually solve this problem by using two conditions. That is, they played more than 50 matches and they won more than 50% of the matches. So again, we can apply the same filter here, and we can just enter 50 and we can get the result. So this is the third result that we got. So this is quite simple to work in Excel. We easily solved all these three problems, but let's see how we can solve this problem by using SQL database. So now we are here. Let's see the data that we have in the table captains. When we run this table, we'll see the same data which was available before. That is name of all the players and all the columns which are available here. The first question is find all the data for Saurav Ganguly. A simple query to do that will be select player, which is the first column, matches, won, lost, winning percent from the table which is captains. And now we are applying a condition here. This is the same thing that we did in the Excel file. And what we are doing here is we are applying the condition where player like SC Ganguly. So by denoting the name here, when we run this, we can easily get the result. So let's run this statement. Alright, we got the result for Saurav Ganguly. Now, let's try to solve an advanced questionnaire. Suppose someone asked you to not only get the data for Saurav Ganguly, but to get the data for all the players whose name starts with S. To do that, we can use a special operator called percent. Percent signifies that there can be any number of characters after this letter, but the first one would be S, and that will be in capitals. So when we run this, we'll see that the name of all the other captains also comes up, which is Shikhar Dhawan as Venkataraghavan, Ganguly, Raina, Gavaskar, and so on. So the name started with S for all these players. Again, if you just want to see the name of all the players, like if you just want to check a condition where there could be any number of characters before S and any number of characters after S, then how can you do? Then what query can you use? It will be quite simple. You can just enter percentage before S and you can find the result. When we run this query, you'll be able to see a result where there are people who had some characters before S, some characters after S, but S was there. So this is B.S. Bedi, D.V. Venkasarkar, where S is available there, K. Srikanth, and other players. Okay, so this was the first question that we solved. Now, let's move on to the second question. The second question is, find all the players who played more than 50 matches. The condition to use this is quite simple. We can just write the same query which we wrote just before, and we can just write a where clause, which is where matches, the total matches, greater than 50. This is same as the operation which we saw in Excel, and by running this we can easily get the result. So when we do this, we'll see the same result which we saw in the data previously on Excel, that all the players with more than 50 matches are available. Now let's move quickly to the third question, which is find all the players who played more than 50 matches and won more than 50% of the matches. This is also simple. We can just write the same query and add and use an AND operator, which says that 1, the number of matches that is 1, or we can just write who played more than 50 matches. Here we can write matches, which is more than 50, and winning percent is more than 50. So when we run this query, we'll see the result only for those players who played more than 50 matches and for whom the winning percentage is more than 50. So this is quite simple to use. The where clause can help you in fetching data very easily, in fetching the filtered results very easily. So this was all about the where clause. So let us now move to the bonus section of our video. So one of the bonus questions that we wanted to solve was basically counting the number of players who played more than 50 matches and won more than 50%. This question is very much similar to the previous one, but in the previous question you had to find all the data for the players, but there are situations where you would require to just count the number of cases, number of data points that are available in your data set based on your condition. So in order to solve this problem, we will be introducing an aggregate function. So count is one of the aggregate functions, and by aggregate function we mean the functions that perform some sort of mathematical calculation on the data or on the rows which are available with us. So if we are asked to count the number of players, we can simply use select count from the table which is captains, and the conditions as the condition was same, we can just put the same condition as before and we'll get the result. So when we run this statement, we see that in the previous question we had 6 data row, 6 people who had more than 50 matches and won more than 50%. So our result should come out to be 6. So when we run this, we see that there are only 6 players who did this. So this was one of the aggregate functions. We'll be talking in more detail in the upcoming videos, where we'll be not only using the count function but count, distinct, sum, average, and other mathematical functions, and how to use them to solve different problems for different interview questions and in different scenarios. So this was all from me today. In case you liked the video, please hit the like button. You can also subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. The next video is going to be on the aggregate functions. Also, don't worry about the SQL queries that we worked today. Everything is available in the description section. You can go and check there. That's all from me today. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.